Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English the Natural Way, where every conversation helps you learn. I'm Alex.
And I'm Linda. Hello, everyone. How are you today, Alex?
Honestly, I am still a little tired. Yesterday was a strange day for me.
Strange. What happened yesterday?
Well, that is actually a great topic. Let's talk about yesterday today.
I love that idea. Talking about the past, using simple past tense, telling our own stories.
Exactly. But before we start, one small request.
Yes, if you enjoy our podcast, please click the like button, subscribe to English the Natural Way, and share this episode with a friend or family member who is learning English.
It really helps us grow this channel. Thank you so much.
Okay, so Alex, tell me, what happened yesterday morning?
Yesterday morning, I woke up late. My alarm rang at 7, but I didn't hear it.
You didn't hear it? How is that possible?
I don't know. I was sleeping very deeply. When I finally opened my eyes, it was already 8:15.
8:15? Do you know the phrase to oversleep? It means you sleep longer than you planned.
Yes, I definitely overslept yesterday. I jumped out of bed immediately.
I can imagine your panic. What did you do first?
I rushed to the bathroom. I brushed my teeth in about 10 seconds.
10 seconds? That seems impossible.
Well, maybe 20 seconds, but it felt very fast. I didn't have time for a shower.
No shower at all?
No time. I just splashed some water on my face and got dressed quickly.
That sounds stressful. My yesterday morning was completely different.
Really? Tell me about it.
I woke up on time at 6:30 like always. I made a cup of tea and sat by the window for a few minutes.
That sounds so peaceful compared to my morning.
It was. I watched the birds outside, then I made breakfast slowly. I had eggs and toast.
I didn't eat breakfast yesterday. I didn't have time.
No breakfast? That's not good for you, Alex.
I know. I grabbed a banana on my way out the door instead.
At least a banana is something. What time did you leave your house?
I left at 8:40. I usually leave at 8:15, so I was already 25 minutes late.
Did you take the bus like normal?
I tried to, but I missed it. I saw the bus leaving as I arrived at the bus stop.
Oh no. What did you do then?
I had to call a taxi. It was expensive, but I had no choice.
I understand. Sometimes we have to spend extra money to save time.
Exactly. The taxi driver was very kind, though. We talked about football during the ride.
What did you talk about exactly?
He asked which team I supported, and when I told him, he laughed because his team was the biggest rival.
Do you know the word rival? It means someone or something that competes strongly against another, especially in sports.
Yes, our teams are big rivals, so the whole ride turned into a friendly argument about who would win the next match.
That sounds like fun, actually, despite the stressful morning.
It really was. It helped me relax a little, even though the traffic was terrible.
Was the traffic bad the whole way?
Very bad. There was an accident on the main road, so we had to take a longer route through some small streets I didn't even know existed.
That must have made you even later.
It did, but honestly, by that point, I had already accepted that I would be late. I just tried to enjoy the conversation instead of worrying.
That's a good attitude to have. Worrying about something you cannot change doesn't help at all.
Exactly. I learned that yesterday, too, I suppose.
That's nice. Small conversations like that can make a bad morning a little better.
They really can. Anyway, how did you get to work yesterday?
I walked, as usual. It takes me about 20 minutes, and yesterday the weather was lovely.
Do you know the word commute? It means the journey you take to get to work every day.
Yes, my commute yesterday was very pleasant. The sun was shining, and I listened to a podcast.
My commute yesterday was the opposite, stressful and rushed.
What time did you finally arrive at the office?
I arrived at 9:15. My meeting started at 9.
Oh, you missed the beginning of your meeting.
Yes, I walked in late. Everyone looked at me when I opened the door.
That must have been embarrassing.
It was very embarrassing. I apologized to my boss immediately and sat down quietly.
Did you miss anything important?
Actually, yes. They already decided who would lead the new project, and I wasn't there to ask questions.
Oh no, did they choose someone else?
They chose my colleague, Peter. I was a little disappointed, but it was my own fault for being late.
I'm sorry to hear that, Alex. Did anyone say anything to you when you sat down?
My colleague, Sarah, whispered, "Are you okay?" And I just nodded. I was too embarrassed to explain everything right there.
Do you know the word whisper? It means to speak very quietly so other people cannot hear.
Yes, she whispered so the boss wouldn't notice we were talking. It was a small kindness in a difficult moment.
That's sweet. Sometimes a small gesture like that helps a lot.
It really did. After the meeting, I felt a mix of relief and disappointment. Relief that the meeting was over, but disappointment about missing the project.
That's understandable. Mixed feelings are very normal after a stressful morning.
Exactly. My phone also buzzed during the meeting. I felt it in my pocket, but of course I couldn't check it.
Who was calling?
It was my sister. She called twice, actually. I got worried because she doesn't usually call twice in a row.
That would worry me too. Did you call her back right away?
As soon as the meeting ended, yes. My heart was beating fast when I dialed her number.
What did she want?
Nothing serious, thankfully. She just wanted to ask if I could pick up our parents from the airport next weekend.
Oh, what a relief. All that worry for a simple question.
I know. I actually laughed out loud in the hallway. A few people looked at me strangely.
I can imagine that scene. Relief can make us react in funny ways.
It really can. Anyway, after that phone call, I finally sat down at my desk properly.
What happened after the meeting?
I went straight to my desk and started working. I checked my emails and answered the urgent ones first.
How many emails did you have?
More than 30. It took me almost an hour just to read them all.
That's a lot. My morning at work was much calmer. I checked my emails too, but I only had about 10.
Lucky you. What did you do next?
I planned my tasks for the day. I made a list and organized my priorities.
I wish I had time to plan yesterday. I just jumped straight into work without a plan.
That can be difficult. Without a plan, everything feels chaotic.
Exactly. My whole morning felt chaotic. Did you know that word already?
Yes, I know it, but let's explain it for our listeners. Chaotic means very messy, confused, and disorganized.
Perfect explanation. My morning was completely chaotic.
What about lunchtime? Did you have a chance to relax?
A little bit. I ate lunch with my colleagues around 1 o'clock. We went to a small restaurant near the office.
What did you order?
I ordered a chicken sandwich and a coffee. I really needed the caffeine after that morning.
I can understand that. I brought my lunch from home yesterday. I made a salad the night before.
You always plan ahead so well, Linda.
I try to. It saves money and it's usually healthier too.
I should learn from you. Maybe next week I will prepare my lunch the night before as well.
That's a great goal. Did anything interesting happen during lunch yesterday?
Actually, yes. One of my colleagues, Peter, the one who got the new project, sat down next to me.
Oh, that must have felt a little awkward.
It was awkward at first, but he was actually very kind. He said he understood how I felt and offered to share some of the project responsibilities with me.
That's very generous of him. Do you know the word generous? It means someone who gives freely and kindly without expecting anything back.
Yes, Peter was very generous yesterday. I didn't expect that at all, especially after such a rough morning.
Sometimes the people around us surprise us in good ways.
They really do. I felt much better after that lunch conversation. My mood completely changed.
I love that. A stressful morning turned into a much better afternoon because of one kind conversation.
Exactly. It's funny how one small moment can change the entire tone of your day.
So true. So after lunch, what did you do?
The afternoon was actually productive. I finished 2 reports and sent them to my manager.
That's impressive, especially after such a difficult morning.
Thank you. I think I worked harder because I felt bad about being late.
That makes sense. Sometimes a bad start pushes us to work harder later.
Exactly. What about your afternoon, Linda?
My afternoon was quiet. I had one meeting at 3 o'clock, and then I organized some files.
Did you feel tired around 3? I always feel sleepy at that time.
A little bit, yes. Do you know the expression afternoon slump? It means the tired feeling many people get in the middle of the afternoon.
Yes, I definitely had an afternoon slump yesterday. My eyes felt heavy and I couldn't concentrate.
What did you do about it?
I drank another coffee, my 3rd one of the day.
3 coffees? That's a lot, Alex.
I know, but I needed the energy. What did you do to stay awake?
I took a short walk outside. Just 5 minutes in the fresh air helped me feel more alert.
That's a much healthier solution than my coffee habit.
Maybe, but everyone has their own way of dealing with tiredness. So, what time did you finish work yesterday?
I finished around 6:30, later than usual because of everything that happened in the morning.
I finished at 5, right on time. Then I walked home the same peaceful way I came.
Lucky you again. I took the bus home this time, thankfully. It wasn't too crowded.
That's good. What did you do when you got home?
I was exhausted. I took off my shoes, changed into comfortable clothes, and sat on the sofa for almost 20 minutes without moving.
That sounds like exactly what you needed after a day like that.
It really was. Then I made a very simple dinner, just pasta with tomato sauce.
Simple dinners are the best on tiring days. What did you do after dinner?
I watched one episode of a series and then went straight to bed. I fell asleep almost immediately.
I'm not surprised after the day you had. Did you sleep well, at least?
Surprisingly, yes. I slept very deeply, probably because I was so tired. I didn't even hear my phone notifications.
That's good. Sometimes our body forces us to rest when we need it most.
That's very true. What time did you go to bed yesterday?
I went to bed around 10:30, my usual time. But before that, I called my mother, like I do every evening.
Oh, how is your mother doing?
She's doing well, thank you. We talked about her garden. She planted new tomatoes last week, and she was very excited to tell me all about them.
That sounds like a lovely conversation. Family calls like that can be so comforting.
They really are. After the call, my evening was more relaxed. I cooked a proper dinner, vegetable soup, and then I read a book for about 30 minutes.
You always end your day so calmly.
I try to. A calm evening helps me sleep better and wake up ready for the next day.
Well, my next day, meaning today, I woke up on time, so maybe yesterday taught me a lesson.
What lesson did you learn?
I learned that I need to prepare things the night before, just like you do. My clothes, my lunch, even my alarm.
That's a wonderful lesson to take from a difficult day. Sometimes our worst days teach us the most.
That's very true. Yesterday was chaotic and stressful, but today I feel more organized already.
I'm happy to hear that. Let's review everything we talked about today.
Good idea. Yesterday, I overslept, missed my bus, took an expensive taxi, and arrived late to an important meeting.
And because of that, you missed the chance to lead a new project.
Exactly. But in the afternoon, I finished 2 reports and felt productive, even after a hard morning.
Meanwhile, my day was calm from morning to evening. I woke up on time, walked to work, brought my own lunch, and finished exactly on schedule.
You had a wonderful, peaceful yesterday, while mine was full of chaos.
But you learned something important from it, and that matters more than a perfect day.
You're right. Every difficult day teaches us something if we pay attention.
And don't forget the good parts, too. Sarah's kindness, Peter's generosity at lunch, the funny taxi ride, and the relief about your sister's phone call.
That's true. When I think about it now, yesterday wasn't only a bad day. It was a day full of little ups and downs.
Life is usually like that, isn't it? Not completely good, not completely bad, just a mix of little moments.
Exactly. And I think that's why yesterday is such an interesting topic to talk about. Everyone has a story, even from one single day.
Absolutely. That's the beauty of using the past tense. We get to tell our own small stories.
Beautifully said, Alex. Well, that's all the time we have for today.
Thank you so much for listening to English the Natural Way.
Please subscribe, give this episode a like, and share it with a friend who is learning English.
And we have a question for you today. What happened yesterday in your life? Was it a calm day like Linda's or a chaotic day like mine?
Leave a comment below and tell us in English using the simple past tense.
We would love to read your answers.
See you next time.
Bye, everyone.